A suspicious package sent to a military base caused a scare and left several people sick in Maryland. The mail was delivered to Joint Base Andrews on the outskirts of Washington, the same base used by authorities such as the Vice President and the President of the United States.
7 American military personnel felt sick after opening a suspicious package at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, one of the most strategic bases in the United States. The envelope, delivered without identification, contained an unknown white powder and political material. That was enough to mobilize emergency teams, evacuate areas of the base, and activate the Air Force Office of Special Investigations. The incident rekindled fears of chemical attacks on American soil and raised suspicions about possible attempts to target the presidential plane, Air Force One, which had landed at the base a day before the packages were delivered. In this video, we discuss the suspects and the investigation's progress. Welcome to Life at the Barracks. Andrews Air Force Base is used for presidential flights and high-ranking officials, which makes any incident there a national security threat. The building where the package was opened houses the Air National Guard Readiness Center and had to be immediately closed off. Life in the barracks. The investigation is ongoing, with the FBI leading external efforts to identify who delivered the package and to prevent further attacks from happening. No arrests have been made, but evidence suggests the target may have included more than just 7 service members. The United States' history with chemical attacks is concerning. In 2001, letters contaminated with anthrax were sent to politicians and journalists, leaving 5 dead and dozens infected. The country has heavily invested in containment protocols and biological defense since then, but the recent episode shows that the threat is still alive. Internal vulnerability still exists, and the enemy may be closer than we think. The North American Air Force has specialized units for biochemical attacks with mobile laboratories, high-precision sensors, and decontamination protocols. These teams operate on the ground and in aerial missions, ready to neutralize any chemical, biological, or radiological agent. The Army and the Navy also maintain groups trained for this type of threat. The CIA and FBI support the structure with strategic intelligence and covert operations. The suspicious package renews the national security debate and shows the United States remains a target of internal and external threats. With military operations on several continents, the country accumulates powerful enemies, and any security failure can be exploited by authoritarian regimes or extremist groups. The possibility that the attack was coordinated by powers like Russia and China, or even by North Korea or Venezuela, has not been ruled out. The United States military and diplomatic pressure on Maduro's regime has triggered desperate responses from the Venezuelan dictator. There are suspicions that loyal followers of Chavismo may be acting undercover on American soil, which has broadened the scope of the investigation into the mysterious package. The risk of internal sabotage and bioterrorism is real, and security agencies are on high alert. Maduro has shown he's willing to use any means to resist international pressure. Venezuela faces a deep crisis, with the Chavista regime still in power. With backing from allies like Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, and the Brazilian president, who recently voiced support for Maduro at a Colombia meeting.
President Lula arrived around 11:30 in the morning Brasilia time. The United States' bombings of Venezuelan and Colombian boats in the Caribbean and the Pacific were a topic at the summit.
The threat of using military force has once again become part of everyday life in Latin America and the Caribbean. Old rhetorical maneuvers are being recycled to justify illegal interventions.
The possibility that the package originated from an action coordinated by foreign intelligence services is real. Russia and China have sophisticated espionage structures, and North Korea has already carried out attacks with chemical agents in other countries. The case of Kim Jong-nam, brother of the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, neutralized with the biological agent Vexus in Malaysia, is a clear example of the reach of these operations. Vexus agent, among the deadliest substances, was found in Kim Jong-nam's facial and eye tissues. A suspect arrested then showed severe vomiting, confirming the chemical weapon use. This type of attack, silent and deadly, is what worries American authorities, who know that the enemy can act without leaving a trace. Andrews military base is under increased surveillance and new security measures are being implemented. The incident served as a warning for all United States military bases around the world, which are now reviewing their mail receipt protocols and access control procedures. The threat is not only external, but can come from within the country itself, which makes the challenge even greater. Air Force One, the ultimate symbol of presidential authority, is among the world's most protected targets. Any attempted attack near its route is treated as a top priority. The fact that the package was delivered a day after Donald Trump landed at the base raises suspicions about the timing of the action and the intention behind it. The political propaganda in the envelope is also under analysis. It could be an attempt at ideological manipulation or a direct message to the American government. The mix of political content with an unknown substance is a pattern already observed in actions by extremist groups and authoritarian regimes. The response from the armed forces was swift, but the psychological impact among the military is evident. 7 people getting sick from one package is significant and shows the attack was meant to cause real harm. The investigation seeks to determine whether the white powder was toxic, infectious, or just a simulation to test the authorities' response. The FBI is pursuing several theories, and the CIA is already gathering information. International. Leave your opinion here in the comments about who was responsible for the chemical attack on the American airbase. Here on Life in the Barracks, you stay up to date with everything happening in the military world. Leave your like, subscribe, and watch one of the videos appearing on your screen. Forward combatants, see you next time.